give to party faithfuls or give to the victims of the flood, and somehow it's related to the first conversation. The time for politicking is gone. It's time for governance. And irrespective of what your political leaning is, it is time for you to think about governance. And this is you playing a role, ensuring that what is meant for the victims of the flooding disaster of last year gets to them. The last time I, heard about some kind of palliative for victims of the flooding disaster was the one done by the former governor of Rivers State, 1 billion. And then, of course, there were the NGOs and private bodies that were going out there to give food items and all of that stuff. But even the 1 billion, some victims argued at the time that it did not get to them. This is helping corruption grow. Because in your little corner, how do you ensure that what you've been asked to do, you're doing it accordingly and you're not corrupting the system? But I'm scared, and that's why I know I've talked about this on Hard Facts before, and I'm going to talk about it again. The floods are coming. I mean, you had the House of Reps talking about it, advising the federal government and the state governments to do something about it. But I'm wondering, in Rivers State, what can we do about it? That's the question in my head. What can we do about it, given the fact that we're still arguing about who the real victims of the flooding disasters are? And it's a sad situation. It really is a sad situation. So what then will be about talking about putting measures, preventive measures, or measures that will help cushion the effect, because the waters will definitely come in, except a miracle happens once again. So what measures are they going to put in place, and who are the measures going to be for? Are they going to really be for the people? If at this point palliative is causing this kind of a problem? I'd like to hear from you. 0817-923-0002 and 0817-923-0003. If we still are arguing about materials to cushion the effect of last year's flooding by this time, June 2023, what's today's date now? Today is 16th. It's half of the month already, and we're still arguing about cushioning. It's a problem. It's a problem, because if you look at some of these places, their major source of income is agriculture. Their major source of income is, the aquatic farming. Now, a lot of these farms, either the one on the land or the aquatic farming, are affected by the water bodies overflowing their banks. Let's even forget about the people who are into farming. The people who are into businesses, their businesses are also affected by the floods. We could talk about why the government has not yet built a dam. The government could have built an hydro dam that could have not just built it. And there is nothing we can do right now. The waters will come. But when the waters come, what is the preparation level like if we are still arguing about palliatives from last year? And it's so very unfair, because I went there, I saw how people were suffering. I experienced it firsthand, and so it's really unfair to hear that finally, after many months, the Niger Delta Development Commission decides to reel out, relief items, and it's not really getting to the people. But I don't really want to dwell on that. I don't really want to dwell on whether it's getting to them or not. What I want to dwell on is, if in June we're still arguing party faithfuls and real victims, what happens when the flood does come? All right, I'm going to take Israel's call. I'm sorry I've kept you for long. I'm really pained about this. Israel from Transamadi, greetings to you.
Yeah, Kalada, good evening.
Yeah, good evening to you.
Hey, see, Kalada, the truth of the matter is we don't have proactive leaders.
Okay.
These are the reasons why we said we need vibrant men to be on their toes. Okay, let's take a case study. I'm a geographer. Now listen, where is this flood coming from? It's not a cyclone that's from the Atlantic Ocean right now. This thing is coming way from the hinterland. Do you understand? Am I correct?
I'm listening. You are the geographer. You're the one talking. I'm listening.
Yeah, it's coming way from the hinterland, right? What we understood is from a dam, from the hinterland. Why can't we construct a tributary or use high pressure machines to direct this water for crying out loud?
Okay.
Down to the river Niger, then we dredge. That's the essence of dredging and piling the river Niger to control this water. And then if you direct it down to the Atlantic Ocean, is it because we are very careful people, we don't care about our agricultural land? Then come to think, you're looking at palliative. For if there's a vibrant government in place, that guy is saying he's going to, what are you investigating? Are you not supposed to go down there and do your duty by yourself? When you're delegating persons that will give you reports at hand. The United States of America president goes to victims with his own feet. For crying out loud, we don't take ourselves as friends. You sit down in your office and receive ACs with cheap money that you did not work for, and then you come on air and you tell us you will investigate.
All right, Israel, thank you. Let's not get you worked up. Thank you very much.
No, hold on.
Okay, I'm listening. Yeah.
We need look at Sensor. They're telling us they spent 1 billion already, 2 billion for what? For what have you spent 2 billion naira for? Accumulating sensor data?
Okay.
What have you accumulated 2 billion for? Listen, Nigerians need to wake up and hold these guys. The money does not belong to their families. The money belongs to the entire nation. It's not an hereditary from their family lineage that they start using these phones the way they want, and you come on here and you tell us all manner of things that you want us to just sit down now.
Cyclone will not come to Nigeria, but thank you very like that's why I said you should go take it.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, good evening to you. Welcome.
You see, when we talk, some persons will say that we are those that the people should rise up, the people should do this. What are the people going to do in this circumstance?
I could tell you.
Canada, are you aware that the federal government, as of last week, has given all the states 1 week to submit the report about this flood that's about to come?
That was yesterday or the day before.
Canada, are you also aware that since this new government came on board, yes, is doing this, is revoking contract, is doing that. Has he ever thought about how to constitute SEMA, State Emergency Management Agency, that will tackle these issues? We have hinterlands where houses can be built within 30 days, 50 days. Houses can be built in high grounds where these prone areas will be relocated when the flood will come. Because they told us it's going to come. We are here arguing about last year. They are not interested. Their interest is who become leader, deputy leader, Abuja. They don't care about our people that are suffering. You went there, my own village, Oshiboko community. You paddle canoe from Ahoda town. Before you get to my village, you paddle canoe up to 3-4 places. Why are these people doing this thing to us?
All right then. All right.
All of us be crying every day.
Robin, I've got to go now.
I'm talking with this face. There are persons who are feeling what I'm feeling. The government should be proactive.
Right.
Let them constitute SEMA that will take care of this thing permanently. God bless you. Let me allow that to
All right, thank you very much. Yeah, thank you very much. I've got a commercial break coming up next, so I've got to let you go. Sorry, Robin. I've got messages. Can I read? No, I don't think I have enough time. When I come back, I'll take some of your calls. I'll read some of your messages, and we will continue the conversation for development. Do stay tuned. You would stay tuned. But before that, I'm going to read this one. Let's see. It says, "Good day, presenter." Oh, that's not what I'm talking about. Okay, maybe you sent it to the wrong number. Okay. Let's see this one. Do I have enough time now? My brother Kalada evening. It is worrisome but realistic that local government chairmen have championed the supervision of this process. As a result, hijacking these palliatives as empowerment for political purposes. The local government chairman can differentiate between politics and governance. I am old, and after that, I'll take some more calls. Remember, there is a call screener. Calls coming in, you can send your messages to 0809 0306416. And if you want to talk to me, use this numbers 0817-923-0002 and 0817-923-0003. The question I'm asking is, if at this time, June, the middle of June 2023, we're still talking about palliatives or relief materials for last year's flooding disaster, what will then happen? How prepared are we for the impending flooding that will cause more disaster this year? So that's the question I'm asking. If you're just joining us, you're listening to AdFacts 92.3 Nigeria Info, and I'm yours truly, Kalada Karubatabo. Once again, the number or numbers to call 0817 923 0002 and 0817-923-0003. Remember, we've got a call screener. You would have to, interact with that person before you get to me. So do well to, collaborate with my colleague. I'm reading some more messages. This one says, my parents are still living in a rented apartment because of last year's flood. The palliative meant for the victims are given to party faithful. Our house was submerged last year, from Mrs. Jennifer Seji Imo. Okay, interesting. Thank you very much. But you say it's really disappointing that we are experiencing flood year after year while we have a government that can't provide a permanent solution to it. Will it cost us our kidneys to build a dam, even if it is a smaller size? I'm asking the same question, but I've got Braid, and Braid is calling me from Malwan. Let's find out what Braid has to say. Braid, good evening. Can you hear me, Braid? Hello? Oh my
Hello, Canada.
Yeah, good evening, welcome.
Good evening. Yes, Canada. We are in June, 15th of June, and we are still talking about last year's flood victim issue. You know, the truth is that the government we are having, look at the local government. I think they're supposed to also package theirs together with the NEMA to see that they give the people succor. And by this time now, I think they should have used a place where they can also send the people that will be affected to. Rather, you see that what NEMA is providing, they want to take it to their political clearing as alleged. You know, where are we really? Where are we? These are leaders that are pocket leaders that we are having. Tomorrow they will still come to the grassroots, tell the people, come and vote for me. When you vote for me, I will do this, I will do that. I don't know how Nigeria is getting to this point. Because the local government is very close to the grassroots.
All right.
It's enable the grassroots to achieve success. But what is happening is the opposite side of it that we are seeing.
All right.
Whatever that is meant for the people, they want to collect it. I don't know. Well, for me, the cinema should be able to go down there and take the sensors by themselves and release the material for the people. Let them take it. But if they release it for local government, I'm betting you that you will hear that they don't give to the people, they give to their political associates.
All right, thank you, Braid. Thank you, Braid. Zion from Jare. Zion, greetings to you. Welcome on the show. Let's hear your mind.
He still has been storing these relief materials up till now. You can see the man inhumanity against man.
Okay.
It's not the politician. It is the people. The people are so wicked to themselves. And whenever they want to cover their ineptitude, they blame the politicians. The politicians are now a scapegoat. Go to NDDC warehouse and see foods there. Some of them are getting bad. Gari, rice, yam, mention it. Who are those in charge? Are those foods meant for the gods? Those materials, are they meant for aliens? Is it not a simple document? You dispose them to the people? And the people deserve the kind of leaders they get. Because the people themselves are not sincere. Canada, I challenge you, mention one person from your community now. Give him 100,000. Go and share to your people and see what the person will do with that money. You will be shocked.
All right.
We should change our attitude. Right.
Thank you, Zion. All right, thank you, Zion. Thank you for your time. And this one says, good evening. This is Diplomatic Niger Delta Man. That is the country we find ourselves. Evil men everywhere. God will help us in Jesus' name. And someone says, amen. But then again, really, let's even look at the people, the so-called party faithful who go out there and, collect what is meant for people who are victims of last year's flood disaster. Like Zion has said, are they being fair? But then they say life is unfair, right? But if we're still arguing about last year's relief materials, flood relief materials, I don't think we're ready for this year. I don't really think, and that's my own perspective of it. Eze is calling from Ogunagbali. I'm going to listen to Eze's view on this issue. Eze, greetings to you.
Yeah, good evening, Canada.
Yeah, greetings. Welcome.
Yes, you see what is going on in our region here. They have turned it to a political and a party system. That food now, you will see the other parties, they will not give it to them. They will say, for the party are not from PDP, they will not give you. Why? They forget that all of us, we are brothers. We are the same. That is all we are facing. That is the problem. So that is my contribution.
All right, then. All right, thank you very much, Eze. Thank you very much. If you are just joining us, we are talking about the impending flood, and I started by saying that on Wednesday, the House of Reps advised the federal government and state governments to, begin preparations for the flood that will happen this year, because Nimeta said that floods will ravage several states in the country. And then yesterday, we got a report where some people from a community, what community is that now? Just give me a minute. I think somewhere in Awuda West, the victims were complaining that the relief materials did not get to them. And it sounds very much like what was said when the former governor, doled out 1 billion naira as a relief material or a relief package for flood victims in, the Orashi and other regions. And then I don't even want to dwell on the fact that it's not getting to the real flood victims, because it's not coming as a surprise to me. But what is, mind-blowing for me is that 16th of June, or maybe as of yesterday, 15th of June 2023, we're still talking about last year's flooding. And I am saying, in no distant time, in maybe a month or two, the floods will have come. And I'm guessing we would not have been prepared. I've got Muriel, and she's calling from Okrika. Hello, Muriel. Greetings.
Hello. Canada, good evening.
Yeah, good evening to you.
Thank you. Muriel, operator woman on the line. You see, Canada, I'm so disappointed with our government. Now they want to relieve them from the suffering of the last year's flooding. Already the people have relieved themselves.
Oh,
Some
really?
of them have moved on. It's not as if they've forgotten the injuries that this thing brought to them, but at least life goes on, Canada. So instead of buying this Indomie, rice, all this, why don't you convert it to cash? The floodings are coming again. Why don't you give them these things to move, to look for a place, maybe to stay? Try to at least that I think that's the best relief. You are giving them food to sit down in the flood, to sit down and wait for the next flood. Is that the point, or is that the goal? You give them food to eat, let them sit tight and wait for the next flood. What is happening? Why do our government hate us so much? They hate the poorest, the poor so much. Why? Instead of giving them food, why don't you get me? Look for any other alternative to fix that. Instead, you give them food to sit down, sit tight, and wait for the next flood. Nobody is talking about it. The Senate, nobody is hammering on it. The floodings are coming. In fact, it's close to their doorstep. It's so painful, Canada.
All right.
Our government, why do they hate us so much?
I don't know. I don't know if they hate us, but thank you nonetheless for your contribution. But as for me, I will continue as time goes by to talk about this issue. I will continue to raise it, maybe until a dam is built in the future, maybe until something tangible is done. But I do know, except it's an act of a miracle, I do know there is nothing really that we can do to stop the flooding. Nothing. All we have to do is prepare. But I'm also afraid that we will not be able to prepare, given the fact that we're still arguing about last year's relief materials in the 6th month of the year 2023. All right, it's time for me to take a break. When I do come back, we'll continue the conversations. Do stay tuned.